Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Good morning. Welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm Marlene Cuellar.
And I'm Gavin Courtney.
And thank you for joining us this morning.
It's a beautiful, chilly morning, especially up here in the city.
Yeah. No, definitely. It's really nice to wake up to this type of weather.
I know, but it's only hard
Getting
to get out of bed.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
the
the
other
thing.
part. Yes, two-part process.
For sure.
All right, but we're going to tell you about what you can expect for the weather for today and tell you all about the forecast. So the general situation is for cool and dry weather to prevail.
And over the next 24 hours, we're expecting mostly sunny skies for today, partly cloudy to clear skies for tonight, and no rainfall is expected.
All right, and for our winds, we're looking at winds moving from the northwest to the north at 10 to 20 knots, and the sea state will be moderate to rough, which means there's a small craft caution that is in effect for locally rough seas.
And looking at the temperatures that we are expecting today, it is a cool day, so we are expecting 76 degrees along the coast for the highs today, 76 inland and 64 up in the hills. And for tonight, we are expecting 64 along the coast, 58 degrees inland and 52 all the way up in the hills.
And the extended forecast for Wednesday and Wednesday night is for cool and dry weather to prevail. And we want to thank our forecaster, Catherine Kummerbach, for preparing that update this morning.
Yep, so you can pull out all your sweaters and all the other clothes that you don't normally get to wear.
Well, and it's not too cold. You know, it's not uncomfortable. Yeah. So, we're expecting the effects of the cold front to linger today and tomorrow. And thankfully, not with rain.
Yeah,
that makes it much better.
You know, I was thinking on the way over here that I'm really proud of everybody who still got up, even though it's a still cold front, and got up to exercise this morning, because I saw lots of people still going out. I know that I would definitely be in bed if I didn't have to be here, and if running or something was the option, like no, sleep would be sleep for me.
It's the best time. You won't feel the sweat.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, not convinced.
No.
Okay, just, All right, we're going to keep things moving with a bit of motivation for this morning, which means our eye-opener from dailyom.com, and it goes like this. Conflict should always be met with open ears and an open heart. Conflict is an unavoidable part of our lives because our beliefs and modes of being often contrast powerfully with those of our loved ones, acquaintances, and associates. Yet, for all the grief disagreements can cause, you can learn much from them. The manner in which we handle ourselves when confronted with anger or argument demonstrates our overall level of patience and the quality of our energetic states. To resolve conflict, no matter how exasperating the disagreement at hand, we should approach our adversary with an open heart, laden with compassion. Judgments and blame must be cast aside and replaced with mutual respect. Examine your thoughts and feelings carefully. You may discover stubbornness within yourself that is causing resistance, or that you are unwittingly feeding yourself negative messages about your adversary. As your part in disagreements become gradually more clear, each new conflict becomes another chance to further hone your empathy, compassion, and tolerance.
It's funny that, as you're reading this, clearly a lot of legal things came to mind because this is, apart from the show, this is, that's basically what I do. Is I'm involved in conflicts every day because in terms of at least my legal experience, I have most of my experience in litigation. So this is something that I'm dealing with almost on a daily basis, and it is true when you think about how you have to approach situations. And I think that especially when we are doing, and it applies to sort of disagreements and conflicts all at any level, and the way that you want to resolve those disputes, the best way to do it is to do it with an open mind. Because if you're at one position and somebody else is one position, in order to find a solution, there has to be somewhere in the middle that's going to be met. A lot of people, most of the time, they just want everything that they want. And that is where the real conflicts, or that's where I think the main conflict stems from. So if you want to actually seek a resolution, then as the eye-opener says, you have to approach a situation with an open mind, open ears. You have to listen to people as well. So I think that, the eye-opener's advice is very great, and I can say that for sure because I live it every day. So I think that the key to resolution is being open-minded and, just listening to people. And perhaps after that, after you hear both sides, then you can come to some sort of a happy medium, or at least find a solution. Because at the end of the day, when there is a conflict, the end result has to be a solution, and you have to think about, well, even though I have my feelings or I have done this, how is this problem going to be solved, efficiently and, respectfully, on all those other considerations.
The part that really stood out to me, and I think that I think what you have pointed out, and especially when it reaches the point of litigation, it's because these steps weren't followed in conversation. But for me, I think the part that really stood out to me was looking at putting aside the need to blame and putting aside the need to judge. And for me, that goes at the core of approaching whatever conflict you may be having with that openness. It can be open heart, open ears, but just an openness to want to resolve. Very often, and I know in your interpersonal relationships you feel it even more. It could be with a friend, it could be with a family member, it could be at work, it could be with your spouse, and even with your children. Something happens, and there's this conflict, and all we want to do is point out what you did wrong, or have you accept responsibility, and we pretty much just going completely closed off, with the only exception that we're willing to hear is the blame or the responsibility. And you get nowhere. It's just that disgusting cycle of tackling the same topic over and over and never making headway. And so I think when that particular part, when you go in and you say, okay, well, if they don't accept responsibility, if they don't judge, if I'm not looking for judgment, you're already starting off on a better foot. But I think conflict resolution in general is just one of those challenging things. Sometimes we may know all the things that we're supposed to do, but you still go, and when it's personal relationships especially.
In the moment, it can feel.
it's just those emotions get in the way.
No, absolutely. And I think that, the key is, again, open-mindedness. Now, I was talking about, the things that I experience in a somewhat professional conflict, but in a professional context, but in see, I'm thinking about conflicts, right?
Conflicts too.
But on the flip side, alternatively, I'm actually quite averse to I try to avoid conflict all the time in my personal life. So I think that, but if I do, when I do engage,
but
or
it's
if somebody,
unavoidable.
or somebody engages me, and they catch me and I run away long enough, then my attitude is that I'm very solution oriented. So I can swallow my pride, or even pretend to, just for the sake of ending the situation. So no, I definitely do hear people out though, and I try to get the idea of why because even if I think that I'm justified in my feelings or my thought, I still try to understand why the other person did what they did. Because then I can really process and think about, all right, well, this is the way. Either we can find a solution, or we're at completely different ends of the magnet. So let's, we can find a way forward this way. So the key is listening.
That's right. So that is your eye-opener for this morning. But we got to get moving into our show for today, Gavin. And today is Tuesday, February 2nd. We are just about a month away from the municipal elections that will be held. And we know that the 9 municipalities will be, voters will go out to choose who they want to be their new town council and city councils. And we are kickstarting our coverage for the municipal elections today. And as we have done as tradition, we're getting in the mayoral candidates from the different municipalities to be able to talk to them about what their campaign is based on, why they put themselves forward for office, and be able to understand more about what they hope to bring to that specific municipality. So we're starting off in the north, and we're going to be in Corozal, and we're going to meet both the mayoral candidates from Corozal. We're going to have 2 separate conversations, very similar topics discussed, and it's to help the viewers in that area learn more about these candidates. We're starting off with the UDP mayoral candidate, Roger Arana.
And then we are going to be speaking to the incumbent mayor and the PUP's candidate, Rigoberto Vellos. And both gentlemen are vying for the position of mayor of Corozal Town. So we're going to get their perspective and learn a little bit more about them this morning.
Yeah. All right. And then we shift away from the political conversations to talk about the Youth Ambassadors Program. And they're looking for applicants. This is a program that's conducted through the U.S. Embassy. So we're going to hear from one of the participants in the program and from the representative of the U.S. Embassy to find out who they're looking for and how you apply.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are also going to be hearing from previous members, and that is going to be our final conversation for this morning. So we are going to take a very short break right now, and when we come back, we are going to be joined by the UDP's mayoral candidate for Corozal Town. So please stay tuned as we take a short break.
It's a fact that you can access unlimited services with Smart. Tired of being measured or cut off when you need to be connected? It's a fact that when you sign up for Smart's Plus plan, you get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data. And it's a fact that you can sign up with your group of up to 5 members for Smart's Share plans and up to 40 members for Smart's Enterprise plans for unlimited talk, text, and data. Smart has the true unlimited plans. That's a fact. Be smart and live smart.
Keeping safe from COVID-19 at your workplace requires 100% teamwork. You can keep earning while keeping yourself and others safe by doing some basic things. Wear a face mask at all times in the workplace unless you are alone in your own private space or office. Wash your hands frequently or utilize alcohol-based hand sanitizers and avoid touching your face. Disinfect surfaces like doorknobs, tables, desks, and handrails regularly. Increase ventilation by opening windows or adjusting air conditioning. Limit visitors and deliveries to the workplace and use appointments where possible. Attend meetings virtually as much as possible, and when not possible, hold meetings in open, well-ventilated spaces or rooms that allow for everyone to be 6 feet apart. Stay at home if you or a family member at home are feeling sick, or if you have been in contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19. Keeping the workplace safe also requires that employees act responsibly when away from work. Practice social distancing and good hand washing hygiene. Avoid large gatherings and avoid unnecessary exposure to others. Protecting others means protecting yourself. Together, we can defeat COVID.
In partnership with the British High Commission.
Are you traveling? Effective January 26, all passengers traveling internationally will need to get tested no more than 3 days before you travel to the United States, and show your negative result to the airline before you board your flight. Here at Caring Hands Clinic in San Pedro, we administer the antigen test, frequently referred to as a rapid test. Our products are CDC compliant and FDA approved. Testing has never been this easy. With our highly certified and licensed medical staff, we provide you with an accurate test result in minutes, making your experience fast, safe, and easy. To book your appointments today, contact us on any of our hotlines at 671-TEST or 672-TEST, 226-FAST, or our Vonage line at 305-420-6203. Book your appointments online at www.belizecovidtest.com. Caring Hands Clinic Antigen Test Center. We're pleased to serve you.
Why, Tony?
Boy, Keith, what you going on, man?
We actually come see you because I need to buy a stack of them plastic plates and cups for my grocery shop because I run low.
Boy, I stopped importing that thing since April 15th, you know. And I just routed the last batch, must be about like 3 weeks back, you know.
Man, do I usually have anything? What are you going on?
Check this, right? That's a new law we ban all single-use plastics, so that the cups, plates, forks, spoons, and knives, all of that. Since April 15th, can't import none of them. Starting January 15, 2021, you can't manufacture them. April 15, 2021, you can't sell them. And after July 14, 2021, if you get catch with any other thing, you will get fined.
Me never know this. I guess I have to make some changes then. I have to make the customers know that anything not available. Anyways, bro. Thanks, man.
No problem, man. Take care.
As one of the largest cable and internet providers in Belize, CBC strives to provide our customers with the highest standards of quality, value, and service in all aspects of cable TV and internet. Monitoring our systems closely, our technicians combine creative planning and state-of-the-art technology with years of experience and training to develop and provide the most reliable and advanced cable and internet service to exceed your expectations. For CBC and our team of talented engineers, technicians, and customer service representatives, delivering less than the very best is never an option.
Abigail.
Yes, Gran?
Abigail, I can't breathe well.
Granny, we need to go to the hospital to get you checked out.
No! I'm fine.
Yes, Gran, we need to go now to get you treated. Now, before it's too late.
No.
Grandma, we need to go for all of us.
No.
Stop. If you are having flu-like symptoms, please call us immediately for medical guidance. If you have chronic conditions such as diabetes and you're experiencing symptoms such as shortness of breath or chest pain, please also seek medical attention immediately. We lost a lot of people this year. We don't want to lose you too. Please seek help if necessary. Call us at 0800-664-2273. Continue to wear your mask at all times. Keep physical distance when in public and stay at home unless absolutely necessary. This message has been brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Love is a connection that should last forever. This February, NextGen is sharing the love with amazing promo deals for everyone. Reconnect or install with NextGen for free. Sign up for our affordable cable and high-speed internet plans and get 1 month free on your acquired service. But that's not all. New and reconnecting customers can now receive 1 month free MyTV subscription when you sign up with us anytime in February. Some restrictions apply. For more information on our promotions and services, contact us at 0800-222-5388 or via our social media platforms. NextGen, powered by Central TV and Internet.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
And we'll be back in a few, so stay tuned. Thanks, Jen. Hey there, we know you have to head out to work shortly, but don't forget that you can stay tuned by watching us on our Facebook live stream. Find us at Open Your Eyes BC, and you can continue watching there. You can also download Facebook Watch on your streaming device, and you can watch at your own convenience.
And for all the behind-the-scenes fun, follow us on Instagram at OYE Belize. So,
find us
and follow us
today.
COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new coronavirus introduced to humans for the first time. It is spread from person to person, mainly through the droplets produced when an infected person speaks, coughs, or sneezes. These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby. These droplets are too heavy to travel far in the air. They only travel approximately 1 meter and quickly settle on surfaces. This is the reason person-to-person spread is happening mainly between close contacts. The exact time that the virus can survive on surfaces is not yet known. So it is wise to clean surfaces regularly, particularly in the vicinity of people infected with COVID-19. Hands touch many surfaces, which can be contaminated with the virus. You should therefore avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth, since contaminated hands can transfer the virus from the surface to yourself. When coughing or sneezing, cover your mouth and nose with the bend of your elbow or use a disposable tissue. If a tissue is used, discard it immediately into a closed bin. The most effective way to prevent the spread of the new coronavirus is to clean your hands frequently with an alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. This will eliminate the virus if it is on your hands. Stay healthy and prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Persons at risk of becoming seriously ill from the flu or the coronavirus, people over the age of 60, persons with medical conditions they already had, such as diabetes or heart disease or conditions that has made their immune system low, such as HIV or cancers. At this time, there is no vaccine or treatment. Serious cases may need oxygen or ventilator support. Be caring and show support for your elderly loved one during this time. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health. Reduce your risk of viral illness like the flu or the coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water or with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing or sneezing with a tissue. Throw away, then wash hands immediately. Avoid close contact with anyone who has the cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or nearest health center and share your travel history. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
Man, ready to start this game or what, man?
Why? You don't see the ball on the corner yet?
So what do you talk about here?
Well, right now we discuss this new idea of a pay for public water.
For anything like that, the idea, they none at all, because we use water all this time and we not have to pay for it. So why we have to pay for water now?
Listen, I work for the water board and I can tell you now, it costs a lot to provide clean water. First, you have to build a reservoir, then run the pipe.
I know that somebody have to treat this water to make it safe, to make we could drink. Well, my chairman say, if we not pay for we bill, then we can't continue keep us with clean water.
Guys, think about it. We spend money on everything else essential to our well-being. Light, food, phone, why not water?
Everybody else I believe have to pay for their water.
Well, me don't pay for my water every month. Because me want my picnic go for clean water every time.
But I never made to think about it like enough for true, you know. But I realize why it makes sense to have to pay for water for my family use.
Boy, it makes sense. But look there, the ball a come. Make we go play with game.
Join the clean water revolution and pay your water bills. It's an investment in life.
The Department of Rural Development is working on achieving Goal 6 of the Sustainable Development Goals, which is to ensure access to water and sanitation for all.
Belize has the highest population of the Antillean manatee in the world, and we'd like to keep it that way.
The Sea to Shore Alliance and our partners have been fighting to protect our environment and these endangered manatees.
Each year, however, their death rate continues to increase rapidly due to watercraft collision.
destruction of coastal habitat, entanglement in fishing gears, garbage pollution, and poaching. Yes, poaching.
These animals are in dire trouble and they need our help.
It's our responsibility as Belizeans to protect what belongs to us.
In order to create a safe environment and future for our aquatic friends, we must act now.
Respecting no-wake zones and manatee habitat is important.
Practice sustainable fishing methods and properly discard damaged fishing gear.
People throw garbage everywhere, except in the garbage can.
Garbage stops here.
When we safeguard important habitats such as mangroves, seagrass beds, the barrier reef, and our marine lives, we are safeguarding our livelihoods.
I want you to look after my future.
What about me?
When I grow up, I want to see manatees.
We are asking for your support, and we thank you for recognizing the importance of manatees and their habitats.
Thank you for caring.
Big thank you from our aquatic friends.
I am a humanitarian.
I am a humanitarian.
We are humanitarians.
Protect. Protect. We protect.
We should protect our manatees.
We must protect them. Protect what belongs to us.
Protect ours.
Protect your manatees, Belize.
are back, and firstly we want to apologize for the delay in this segment. We did have some technical difficulties that we needed to sort out, but nonetheless we do have now on the line the UDP mayoral candidate for Corozal Town, Roger Arana. Good morning.
Good morning, Marlene. Good morning, Gavin. Good morning, Belize.
And good morning, my beautiful people of Corozal Town. I hope you are all having a pleasant good morning on this chilly Tuesday morning.
That's right. Well, thank you very much for joining us and for participating in or Meet the Candidate program. As you are aware, we are attempting to give the different municipalities some perspective about their candidates in their area, and so the interviews are formatted to be fair and balanced in time and in being able to tackle similar topics. So we're going to be very tight with time here, but let's get into it. Let's just start off by giving you the opportunity to explain to the voters just who you are, what's your professional background, and why you decided to enter the race.
Okay, good morning again. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me to Open Your Eyes and giving me the opportunity to address a wide audience, especially our residents of Corozal Town, as the next mayoral candidate for Corozal. I am Roger Arana. I am a proud Corozaleño, born and raised in the heart of Altamira area in Corozal Town, an area which I'm proud to say was founded by my great-grandparents, Mr. Victoriano Gongora and Miss Alberta Arceo Gongora.
Tell us a bit about why you decided to put your name forward for the mayoral candidate.
Well, first of all, I would like to mention that I come from humble beginnings. I am a proud son of a farmer and a hardworking entrepreneurial woman. Both of them always reminded me about the importance of educating myself. So thanks to scholarships from the Rotary Club and one of my professors, Mr. Graham Sampson, assistance from the government of Belize at that time, I managed to further my education. With a Bachelor's of Science in General Biology from the University of Belize, I have worked over 10 years as a marine biologist, and I have worked in different and environmental education for different organizations, both public, private, and non-governmental organizations such as the Belize Fisheries Department, Coastal Zone Management Authority and Institute. We have Belize Audubon Society, and also the Hugh Parkey Belize Dive Connection.
Okay.
Well, that's very interesting to hear, because somebody with a scientific background, we don't usually hear people with scientific backgrounds making the step into politics. So what made you decide to put your hat in the ring and run for mayor of Corozal Town?
Well, I actually left in 2010 to pursue a master's degree in sustainable development and wildlife management. When I came back, I had the privilege to work at the Corozal Town Council in different capacities. And there where I discovered my passion to serve the public. And that's why I decided to run as mayor.
Okay. Now, putting yourself forward as the mayoral candidate, it means that you have to meet residents in Corozal Town and sell them on what are your strengths, what you are bringing to the table that would make you best suited to be mayor. What are those things that you are telling residents?
Okay, well, I guess people have seen already out there my biography. I believe not many people, not many mayoral candidates have the privilege of having worked at the town council and have the experience, the background of how or what are the functions of the town council. So I'm fortunate to be knowledgeable of how a town council runs. I serve in different capacities while working at the Corozal Town Council. I started off as the revenue collector. I also work in the building inspection section. in the valuation section, and finally I went to be the revenue manager. I also believe that my experience as well, my exposure, like I mentioned, I have worked in a variety of different organizations, governmental, non-governmental, semi-governmental organizations. So I believe I'm experienced. And most of all, I think one of the qualities that a lot of people seek for a mayoral candidate is their honesty. I come from humble beginnings, and I believe in honesty, and I believe that the people should be given proper accountability and transparency of their money.
Yeah. And tell us a bit about the slate that you're running with.
Okay, well, I'm fortunate that 3 of the councillor candidates that are running in my team are also have also worked along with me at the Corozal Town Council, so they are also very knowledgeable about the Town Council and its function. I have worked with them, so I know they are capable of delivering. And one of the things I would like to emphasize about them is that although they have the knowledge, we are a young team, but with a lot of new ideas.
Yeah.
And are there specific areas of concerns that perhaps the residents have brought to you that you want to address?
Well, we have started our house-to-house campaign, and the people are complaining about basic infrastructure problems. You know, one of the complaints that we always find is that about the conditions in which our streets are. They are in bad conditions. They're complaining about not having an adequate garbage collection system. But overall, I think what we hear is that, you know, they're always complaining about, you only come to visit us when you need our votes. Well, I can say for myself, I can speak for myself, and I bet a lot of politicians have been there before and I'm promising the same thing. But when it comes to me, I can talk for myself alone, and I can reassure the residents of Corozal that if I am elected, I will still come back to them.
Yeah.
And I believe, having worked with politicians, 2 very successful politicians, working under the Town Council, I work with the 4-time mayor, Mr. Gilberto Campos. I have also worked with the Honorable Hugo Pat, and I think these are very successful candidates. So I have seen how they work, and I commit myself to do even better than them.
So when you look at the current situation, and it's across the country and arguably across the world, businesses aren't doing as well. A lot of people are unemployed. And so entering into any political race at this time with the hopes of winning means that you are in for a major challenge, whether it's being able to do infrastructure work, to streamline the garbage situation as you spoke of. It's going to take revenue that I want to hear from you, how you imagine that you'll be able to, where you expect to get it from.
Okay, well, we must admit that the country is in a delicate economic situation. And this pandemic has contributed to it as well. But I am more than confident, because I have worked in the revenue department at the Corozal Town Council. I am more than confident that if we manage the existing revenue stream, and with this I say tax collection, which includes the trade license, the property tax, liquor license, and the government subvention, if we manage this efficient and effective, I am sure that we have more than enough to give the residents of Corozal the basic functions of the Town Council. And with this, I mean proper maintenance of the streets. I'm not promising to pave new streets, but proper maintenance of the streets, cleaning up an adequate garbage disposal system, cleaning of the drains, cleaning of the cemeteries. I am more than sure that that we can manage the current revenue streams, and with that we can give our basic functions. Yeah. Also, because of my experience of proposal writing, I believe we can venture into the grant opportunities that exist out there, so that we can bring in some capital projects. But again, we are not promising the people, but definitely that is one of the things my team will definitely look into.
Yeah. Now, one of the continuous challenges that Corozal town faces has always been the point that you are situated right next to the border. And so a lot of the economic activity is easier spent going over into Mexico rather than people spending their money at the businesses right there in town. In your thoughts as to how to build a better business environment or encourage a better business environment in Corozal town, what's your vision there?
Well, I see Corozal has a big potential to be a tourist destination. And we can see town councils like San Pedro and San Ignacio that are becoming more autonomous. They deal with tourism, and I am sure that if we exploit that potential, definitely we will attract the Mexicans and tourists to come into Belize and boost up the economy in Corozal.
And so looking at the current needs of the people, what are your priorities? What are the first things, if you're elected, that you want to address?
Well, one of the things I want to prioritize is definitely the complaints that we have been getting from the people. And definitely that is our basic functions as a town council. You know, giving the streets the proper maintenance. I mean, if we go there, this is what the people are telling us. They are concerned about the conditions in which our streets are. Just Saturday, we did a cleanup campaign, and we went house to house on a section or a zone of Corozal town to pick up the piles. There was this lady that came out, and she was saying that, you know, we paid the council money to come and pick up the garbage, and they haven't come and picked it up. I am sure we can provide that service. Working under Mr. Campos at the Corozal Town Council, I definitely sure that was not a problem before. So I am committing myself to doing a better job, 100% times better than what the present administration is doing.
Now,
and based on some of the feedback that you've been getting in your work from the campaign, are you confident that you would be able to, win on the big day? And if so, why? What are the people telling you?
Yes, we have been doing our house-to-house campaign. I believe that is the most effective way to get to the people. And the people simply sometimes just appreciate that you are coming to their houses and visiting them. That's why we get the complaint that, you only come to my house when it's election time. So I say I'm committing myself to visiting them more. Even if we win, we will come back to them. I believe in proper consultation. I believe that if we consult with the people, we can empower them so that they can become part of the decision-making process.
Now, you spoke very often about your experience in the revenue collection in previous town councils. And your plans include kind of dealing with what are some of the basic functions of municipalities, ensuring that the garbage is taken care of and the streets are better managed. But if you were to think of a big project, you know, I know usually in your campaign, you have your platform and you make your commitments as to what you would want to deliver for residents. What would be new from the Roger slate, the UDP 7 slate? What would be new that you're bringing to the table that you are committing to the residents of Corozal Town?
Well, one of the things that I think need major address is the seawall, the seafront. I will definitely, me and my team, will be looking on writing a proposal to make sure that we can fix that, give it the proper lighting, like what it was once before, and definitely venture into ways how we can attract tourism. I mean, we have the potential, like I mentioned before, Corozal has a big potential on how to become a tourist attraction. We have the seafront, so definitely we will be venturing into that to see how we can fix it.
And looking forward in this particular time, where central government is now a PUP administration, what are your thoughts in being able to build a partnership if you are elected as a party or a municipality from the opposition?
I do believe that when people elect you, you represent them. I believe that, and if they represent you, if they elect you to represent them, it's because you should be working with whosoever wins, whether it be a government that is blue or red or whichever color. I think we should work together. Only by working together, we can get the job done. And that's why I believe in the proper consultation with the community so that they can become a part of decision making. And definitely, I commit myself to work with the current government.
And just going back to campaigning just very briefly, we are also still in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, and I'm wondering how that has affected your campaign, if any, in any ways at all, and also if there are any concerns related to the pandemic that you hope to address if you're successful on election day.
Okay, well, like I mentioned before, we have started our house-to-house campaign, which I think is the most efficient strategy. We will reach out to everybody. However, Team Arana is very mindful and about the protocols that we need to follow due to the pandemic. We maintain our social distance. We abstain from personal contact. We sanitize as often as possible, constantly. And also, one of the things that I want to mention is we encourage our residents to visit our Facebook and Instagram page so that they can follow us up instead of we having to come back to their house as it is for right now.
Okay. Now, one of the things I hear as a common thread in what you're saying is that you really, and perhaps it comes from your environmental background as well, is that you really believe in community consultation and kind of getting the guidance from your residents as to what you want. But also in a leadership position, it means that you have to set the particular vision forward and make decisions as well. Your campaign is, I think I saw it's We Can Fix It. I still want to go back to the question of making the council financially stable to be able to fix the things that you want to fix. What are some of the unique ideas that you are that you would like to implement if you are elected as the mayor of Corozal Town to ensure that financially you're able to fix the things that you're committing to fix?
Okay. Well, one of the things that I am committing is to find avenues of how to become autonomous when it comes to bringing in revenues. Like I said, with the having worked at the revenue department, I am sure that with the current revenue stream, we can do the basic functions, but definitely we cannot stay there.
Yeah.
We need to look at an avenue where we can become self-sustainable. I am pretty sure there are municipalities in Belize that are almost, I would say, self-sustainable.
Yeah.
And that is where we want to reach. So we'll definitely venture into working with the business community. They are the ones that bring us revenues, and so we have to work hand in hand with them.
Have you reached out to them in your campaign as yet?
Yes, definitely. We are reaching out to everyone. And when I say everyone, I mean business community, all our residents, regardless of color. We are reaching to each and every house, knocking at each and every house.
What's some of the feedback that you get from the business community there?
Well, like I said, I used to work at the revenue department, so I have established as well a relationship with some of these business owners. So they are really happy to know that I will run as mayor. So the response has been really positive.
Okay. So we're down to, I think, the last couple minutes for this introductory interview. And I think that one of the things we wanted to give you the opportunity to do is speak directly to your residents. If it's in Spanish as your preference, you can go ahead and let them know why you are putting yourself forward as the mayoral candidate and what you hope to deliver to them.
Okay, well, when I think about Team Arana, I think about humility. I come from humble beginnings. I know a lot of people don't like the challenge to represent the people because politics is dirty. But I believe that the poor need a voice. They need a voice. So when I see Team Arana, I see humility. I see competence. I have seen, well, like I mentioned, we have people that have had experience working at the Corozal Town Council. Definitely, I see Team Arana as reliable. And overall, we see commitment to deliver and to fix it. Okay. And I assure that come March 4th, we will be serving the people.
Yeah. All right. Well, Roger, it was great to meet you. We do appreciate that we got things sorted out to have this interview. And, you know, best of luck and stay safe on that campaign trail.
Thank you very much, Marlene. Thank you very much, Mr. Davin. And thanks for giving me this opportunity.
All right.
Thank you, too. And there you had it. That was Roger Arana, the United Democratic Party's mayoral candidate for Corozal Town. And with that, we are going to be taking a short break. And when we return, we are going to be hearing from the People's United Party's candidate, Rigoberto Vellos. So please stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere. satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Full-Tech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
As one of the largest cable and internet providers in Belize, CBC strives to provide our customers with the highest standards of quality, value, and service in all aspects of cable TV and internet. Monitoring our systems closely, our technicians combine creative planning and state-of-the-art technology with years of experience and training to develop and provide the most reliable and advanced cable and internet service to exceed your expectations. For CBC and our team of talented engineers, technicians, and customer service representatives, delivering less than the very best is never an option.
Currently, we're using Smart Elite VoIP calling plan. We use it interbranch, we use it to call outside, and we also use it to call international. It's far cheaper than what we used to have before. Our equipment are new, PBX box is new. So the PBX is very good because I can call to my Sartaneja branch, I can call to my Kikaka branch, I can call to San Pedro branch, and there's no cost using the PBS. Actually right now, since we're in different locations, I can call main office from where I am at a no cost using the PBX system. I would recommend it, sure I would, especially the big enterprises who has a lot of employees. There's a lot of reduction in costs, 50% of saving. Put that on a year, it's a lot of money that we're saving. Money that we could return to our members, since we give back dividend to our members.
Visit our showroom or call 670-6710 to find out how Smart's corporate plan and PBX systems can benefit your business. Consultation is free.
And we are back. And if you're joining us now, we're just getting our second conversation started. We are continuing our Meet the Mayoral Candidates segment. And joining us right now, we have the People's United Party's candidate, mayoral candidate for Corozal Town, Rigoberto Vellos, and who is also the current mayor of Corozal Town. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much for having me this morning at Open Your Eyes, and good morning to all the viewers also in the whole country of Belize, especially my beautiful Corozalenians.
Right, and thank you very much for joining us this morning. We appreciate the time. Now, of course, since you are the incumbent mayor and are known for other things to some of our viewers, perhaps you can start off by giving us a little bit of an overview of who you are, especially for some of the viewers who may not be familiar with you and your work countrywide.
Yes, actually, I'm sure the majority of Belizeans know who Rigoberto Vellos is. I'm originally born here in Corozal Town. I was raised on 4th Avenue, which is right at the beginning of the Altamira area. Everyone in that area knows me as the guy that used to go around and sell bread for my grandmother, being that I was raised for a short while by my grandmother. I am very well known to the neighborhood. Then I moved to Belize City with my mom, where I studied as a business major. Then I started doing sports, and that's where everyone started to know me through bodybuilding. I'm a 5-time Mr. Belize. I also have represented our country, our beautiful country Belize, in many international bodybuilding competitions in Central America, in Mexico, and even the famous Arnold Classic. I've been there twice. Actually, I was one of the first Belizeans to represent Belize in the Arnold Classic, which is the second biggest and most famous bodybuilding competition in the whole world. No? So apart from that, I've been a motivational speaker for the different schools. I used to play also other sports, football, basketball, volleyball. So I'm very well known to be very active within my community, encouraging the young people, working together with the young people through my gym that I own here in Corozal, Spartan Gym. So as you all know, I'm a very well-known guy for very good things.
Yeah. And wrapping up your first term as Corozal mayor. Now, Rigo, the difference, I think, and I wanted to say that, you know, this is an opportunity for viewers across the country to know the mayoral candidates, but especially for people in your town. Now, coming in as the incumbent means that the accountability is more immediate. You know, people would have seen the work that you've done or the work that they think you didn't do during the course of your term and use that as a measuring stick for how they will make their decision come March 3rd. How has the campaign trail been, and what are some of the things that you're hearing from residents, both the good and the bad?
Sure, Marlene. No one is perfect when they're trying to work for the public, no? But I can tell you, Marlene, that we have been received pretty well. People are, happy that there was a change of government. They were waiting for that, and people are saying that they have been going into this process since 2018, when the change at UDP Town Council to a PUP Town Council and now a PUP central government, which is very important for us as a town council in Corozal Town. People also have told us that, you know what, they understand the situation where we were under a central government first for close to 3 years, where we had absolutely no support, and now they know that they will give us this chance again so that we can work with a better government. People also have been complaining about one thing, which is the infrastructure, but people also understand again that we had our hands very tied for close to 3 years. No, so people now are expecting even greater things coming for the next 3 years.
And despite some of those difficulties that you described just now, what are some of the major accomplishments that you can look back on and tell voters that, you know, you pulled through or you came through with, that you are very proud that you and your town council has accomplished so far?
Actually, when we started in 2018, we found different problems within the town council under the past mayor, no, that was in there for 12 years from 2006 to 2018, and even most of it, he was under his own central government, a UDP central government. The town council was in a financial mess. We found deficit in budget of over $680,000. We had to find a way to deal with that deficit. We inherited unpaid bills to private companies, which were over $90,000. We inherited a large staff that needed to go on retirement. So that was an extra expense that we inherited from the past government. We also inherited a humongous bloated contract that they had with their Cone Emer Hernandez. No, and that contract was for $1.3 million that the Corozaleños would have to pay for the next 10 years. Annually, we used to pay over $130,000, meaning that January, February, March, the town council would have not gotten its subvention. And we all know that we depend a lot on our subvention to be able to have revenues to accomplish our goals. We also had to pay Emer Hernandez between April and December close to $5,000 every single month, you know, and that hurt the financial situation at the Corozal Town Council, and that's what we inherited. And we had to find our ways how to grow out of that. You know, the investment we had to do was very limited because of that. Our basic jobs that we had to do were limited, and we had to find ways to outgrow that. We had to find ideas how to manage and be able to get our things together within the town council. We had to find our ways how to build capacity, because when we got there, there was absolutely nothing. There was no garbage trucks actually working to its capacity. We had to go and find ways by connecting with the international people like the Japan embassy and the government, the Japan government, and they assisted us with 2 new garbage trucks. We had to go and buy our own riding mower because the past mayor left our riding mower that was not working. Actually, when we got there, the only thing we found was 2 machete and 1 rake. That's it. The past mayor had bought a generator, and we found invoices. We found that they paid him back for buying a generator. And when we got there, there was absolutely no generator. So we had to start from scratch. Yeah. It's not like we inherited anything that the people own at the Corozal Town Council. So for them, it was all about, you know what, spending. And I believe they knew at the time that they were going out, so they made sure that they did not leave anything for us to carry on our operations. So it was very, very hard at the beginning, Marlene. But you know, we made huge strides. Even though we had to start over, we made huge strides, and we made that because we were committed, we were responsible. We kept our word to our Corozalinos that we will try our best. We did not sit and said, you know what, this is too hard and we won't do it. We know the people elected us to do a better job than what they had there, and that's exactly what we went out there and did.
Yeah. And that's often I think a part of the challenge when there is a change in administration, because people put you there to work, and then you have to go in and assess what exists before you can even start to do any work. Right. And you will be measured over what your outputs are, not how much over what you do internally. Right. So let's talk about some of the things that you have been able to accomplish in the past 3 years, because in the previous conversations, and I think in general, we all recognize that Corozal Town has such untapped potential. But the challenges there are numerous. You know, you're so close to Mexico. A lot of your workers go out to the tourist destinations to be able to work. So, you know, you're not without your challenges. So let's talk about what you have been able to do.
Well, Marlene and Mr. Gavin, you know, I must tell you that, one, we met a town council that used to owe Social Security. We no longer owe Social Security. We managed to renegotiate the Emer Hernandez contract on behalf of the Corozalinos. We now have breathing room. We have a little extra to be able to carry on our jobs. We also paid a huge part of the debt that the town council had owed back in 2018 to the past administration. For the first time, CTC owns its own machinery, which is a John Deere grader, a case roller, and that will help us to build capacity to be a bit more independent. We also, we got international support. We got 2 new garbage truck, an open back truck and a compactor truck. Thanks to the Japan government, we got, apart from that, we got other new equipments, which cost us $14,000, which is a generator, a riding mower, some weed eaters, and other equipment. We can see that we have a beautiful Corozal sign out there by the wharf where we have Thunderbolt and the new water taxi. Now, we have trying our best to boost the tourism look at the water park that has been there stagnant thanks to the past administration. It shows that we have vision, we have new ideas to bring to Corozal to grow the tourism wise. Also, we have done our job when it comes to infrastructure by making sure that we give the right maintenance to the streets. Like I said, it was a bit hard because we did not have that financial support from central government, but we know our duty is to still do the maintenance. So we have accomplished a lot of different things. When we got to the Corozal Town Council in 2018, Marlene and Gavin, I can tell you that not a single worker had a job description. So it's from there that we started. We had to deal internally first so that our jobs outside can be more effective and efficient. So we have accomplished a lot of different things, Marlene and Gavin.
Yeah.
And you briefly mentioned just now, talking about a bit about your vision. You mentioned tourism as one of the areas that you want to expand. But perhaps you can go into a bit more detail and tell us about what it is you and your slate hope to accomplish, and where you see the Corozal Town's potential.
Yes, definitely. Tourism is definitely one of the major platforms apart from dealing with the infrastructure. Tourism-wise, Corozal has its own tools, its own natural tools. And we need to take advantage of that and invest in it very smartly and wisely, because we also have to protect our beauty that we have in Corozal. I mentioned the water park. That's a new idea. It shows that investors also, they believe in Corozal Town. Soon we will have a mall in Corozal Town. Again, it shows that the business community also believes in Corozal Town. I know that a bank is coming to Corozal also. And all these things, what they do is create job opportunities, which is what we need in Corozal to bring back economic life, because that is one of the major problems here. The economy-wise, it's very low. I can tell you that the business community has been working hand in hand together with us since 2018. That is the reason why we have been able to carry on a lot of different small projects within our community. We want to make sure that we work very close together with the central government, now which is a PUP central government. And if you ask the question, why work so close together with the central government? Why it is important for us to work close together with central government? Because we need to make sure that we have a growth and encouragement from them to private sector growth. Yeah. Look at the opportunity with the water park, right? That is a very, very, very good opportunity for our Corozaleños. We have a brand new boat shuttle in Corozal, again, towards tourism, and that they have also committed themselves that soon they will start tours. We will start to have different packages. We have the Santa Rita Mayarin, we have Cerros Mayarin. We have our own culture, our food, that different tourists would surely come and spend time in Corozal to learn and know about our own culture.
Yeah. Let me just jump in here, because you mentioned something, and I think it's a critical point. You talked about how you hope to be reelected because you look forward to working under a central government of your same party. But we know the realities of what we're seeing. Financially, there is no leeway or no extras, I should say, in terms of any kind of overwhelming support. I want to ask, when you look at the current situation in Corozal, you talk about your relationship with business owners. I'm sure that what they will report is what we've been hearing across the country, that things are really challenging. People don't have the kind of capital to spend on just about anything. So when you look forward, if you're elected for another term, what are going to be some of your suggestions as to how to get your revenue flow, knowing that business is not doing well in across the country?
Marlene, first of all, I must say that government should never be an an obstacle for any town council. At no point, any government should be working hand in hand together with all town councils, no matter what party the town council or no matter what central government is in place. But this is where I believe that we started something that Corozal never had, being independent. That is the reason why we decided to buy a grader, a roller. We're going towards building our capacity now, finding our way to be independent when it comes to infrastructure. You know, we can fix our own roads, we can grade our own roads. We don't have to depend on central government to make time to be spending extra finance and using resources to come to Corozal to do it for us. That is what the past administration never thought about or never had in place. We have to be very smart and innovative now, come with new ideas on how to create job opportunities so that it helps and it gives life to our economy here in Corozal. Again, the water park is a way. And but it shows that the business community knows that Corozal has very great potential, and this is why they're heading now into Corozal in investing their finances. No, so we need an independent town council that can think and act on its own. We need responsibility, again, something that the past administration did not have. I can tell you off the bat that whoever is running for UDP mayoral candidate, he was part of the revenue department before 2018, and even when I was there, and he was part of all the corruption with the different finances that went missing, the overspending that the past mayor did. He was part of, actually, he left the Corozal Town Council to go into a hotbed corruption ministry, which is a human, the lands department ministry, where we all know even their own leader had accepted that natural resources was one of the most corrupted section, and he was part of that also with the minister then. So why would we want to put someone that has already shown us that there is no responsibility, there is no management, there is no commitment, doesn't know and will never know what it is to give support to our community financially, in the sense of making sure that they prioritize where they go and spend. We need a town council that is very independent.
Well, and I want to keep things focused on what you can deliver or hope to deliver for residents, because I know you have lots of platforms to kind of do the bickering against candidates. But bring it back to some of the things, you know, when you have a platform, a manifesto that you put forward to the people, not very often do people go back and kind of check what you did and didn't do. I'm hoping as a leader that that's an exercise that you have done. What are some of the things that you weren't able to deliver on to the town for whatever reasons?
Marlene, one of the major things that we did not accomplish was when it comes to paving the streets, right? But we would have never been able to pave the streets after we got in there and saw the mess that we saw. We had a bloated contract that the past administration did with Emir Hernandez to pave 6 streets for $1.3 million. Our hands were tied financially. We did not have any type of support from the UDP central government, which they had money because they were boasting about it. We all saw the bad spending they did all over the place on things that were not priority to our country. So infrastructure-wise, that is where we did not accomplish what we wanted to accomplish. We had our vision, our goal set, and when we got there, we saw all the mess that the past mayor had left for Corozal Town. No, but I can tell you now that with a friendly central government and a central government that will support us, we building our own capacity and being more independent. This coming next 3 years, if given the chance, we will definitely pave the streets that we needed to pave for Corozal Town.
And you know, as you know, as we have this conversation, you know, a lot of your criticism of the past administration stems from alleged financial mismanagement and lack of accountability. So How is it that, or what have you done to ensure that there's more accountability, especially when it comes to finances of the town council? And moving forward, especially as you envision, as you said, a more autonomous, independent town council, how can you ensure to the residents of Corozal that, you know, whatever monies the town's council receives and spends, there's going to be accountability at the end of the day, and the voters are going to get, you know, their bang for their buck if they do choose you?
Well, I can tell you that we have set proper financial management within our town council. We have spent very, very smart. You no longer see any bloated contracts. You no longer hear about any monies went missing under my administration. And more importantly, I can tell you that you can see all the hard work that we have invested for every single penny that we got through our revenues. Every single Corozalino can see that we did a lot of different work within Corozal. They can tell you that they saw me, myself, on the ground, mixing cement, patching the holes, cleaning the drains, picking up the garbage. No, so all that speaks for itself. All that shows, and the Corozalinos know exactly where their money went. And that is the reason why they will put us back again. That is the reason why they have faith on us. That is the reason why they believe in our vision, a People's United Party Town Council vision.
Now, what is Rigoberto, the experienced mayor, and his slate campaigning? What's your platform now? And tell us a bit about the team that you have with us as well, and why you feel that you collectively can deliver on that.
We're definitely looking at infrastructure, Marlene and Mr. Marvin. Infrastructure is very, very important for not only for us, but for every Corozaleño. We have to, the capacity growth also, again, to be a more independent government. And again, tourism also is very important for us. Those are the three platforms that we're looking at. We know that when tourism booms, there will be job opportunities, and the economy will also come to life. We know once the capacity has been built, we can be more independent, and we can do more infrastructure work. We can do more maintenance out there. We can deliver our basic services to our Corozaleño. And we know that once there is a central government that is willing to support us, definitely paving streets can happen.
Yeah. Okay. And the team?
When it comes to the team, Marlene and Mr. Gavin, we have a very energetic team, very responsible team, a team that is committed to work, a team that is very outgoing, very friendly, very approachable, and it's a team that has been put with many different backgrounds and dynamics, a team that will definitely deliver a better Corozal to our Corozaleños.
And, you know, in terms of actually meeting with the residents and starting the campaign, what's that been like?
The campaign has been very interesting, a very interesting one, I can tell us, because of the pandemic. People have received us with open arms. People have welcomed us in their homes. I can tell you that no one so far has treated us very bad or any different way. People are waiting for the 3rd of March, and I want to take the opportunity to introduce my team also via this segment. Myself, mayoral candidate Rigoberto Vellos. We have councillor candidate and returning councillor candidate Mr. Hilberto Hill Clark. We have again another councillor who is also running again, Otoniel Otto Riverol. Then Mr. Rodolfo Narvaez, who is also a councillor. Then the 3 new faces that we have, the only female, which I am so happy because it balances the slate, and it gives opportunity for women out there to have hope when it comes to politics and governing through local government. We have Ms. Marlene Tapia, we have Miguel Montalvo, and we have Mr. Balemar Pech, which makes the Corozal PUP Team 7 here in Corozal Town.
Okay. All right, so we're at our last final minutes, and so we want to hear from you. You can speak directly to the residents of Corozal Town who are watching, and let them know why you feel that you are the best candidate for the job.
Well, you know, Marlene, I can remind the people that this was a town council who made sure we prioritize where we spend. And we were not like the past town council where we gave back actually. We gave back 10% of our stipend that we had towards investing in machinery for Corozal Town so it can be more independent. I can tell the people that they know that myself and my team are very hardworking. I can tell you that, you know, with continuing a PUP Town Council, we will definitely put Corozaleños first and nothing else but the Corozaleños. It's time for us to give ourselves a chance, Marlene, to give Corozal a chance to grow a positive way. We now have a PUP central government who is willing to work together with us, who has committed in supporting us in every venture that we have, that the people will be affected positively through this combination of a PUP Town Council and a PUP central government. We will definitely go and do our infrastructure works. Corozal, this is the time that I can tell you that it's a birth of a new thriving Corozal town, you know, and we will give hope, and Corozaleños will get back its pride back again. We will keep Corozal strong, and we will continue to keep working hard, like you see me every single weekend on the streets. You know, this is the time, Corozal, for us Corozaleños, you Corozaleños, to get back what we deserve as Corozal town. We will definitely get our fair share with a PUP Town Council and a PUP central government.
Okay. Well, Rigo, we appreciate, Mayor, we should say, thank you for joining us this morning, and please stay safe on the campaign trail.
Thank you very much.
All right. And that's it. Today's first Meet the Candidate for Municipal Elections 2021. We are just about a month away, and today we kick-started our introductory interviews with the mayoral candidates. Of course, we'll let you know when we'll be featuring your municipality, so you can look out and participate in the conversation as well. And today we got to hear from both candidates in Corozal.
Yep. And of course, with that, we are going to be taking another short break. And when we come back, we're going to be shifting gears, and we're going to be talking all about the Youth Ambassadors Program. So please stay tuned, and we'll be right back after the break.
Money. What is it? It's a tool, traditionally made from a small piece of paper or metal and handed from person to person, traded for food, clothes, or anything else you desire. These days, we don't rely on physical money much. Money has become a stream of ones and zeros, endlessly cycling around the globe on a superhighway called the internet. But where did money come from? And where will it go next? Sometimes the best way to see what comes next is to look at the past, and the idea of money was invented way before the beginning of written history. It all started with the barter system. If you were a farmer in these days, leftover crops would be traded for bread from the baker. In ancient China, instead of carrying around hundreds of items around with them, people began to carry small tokens that represented the items that they wanted to trade. Ultimately, these tokens were replaced with abstract circles that could represent any item. According to early writings, Roman soldiers were paid in salt. It is believed that this is where the word salary comes from. The first coin we recognize today were issued in Turkey, and they were made of electrum, a naturally occurring alloy of gold and silver. Moving from coins, paper money was introduced around 700 AD and was developed by the Chinese shortly after they invented woodblock printing. They called it flying cash, as it had a tendency to be carried away by the wind. When Marco Polo visited China in the 1200s, he brought the idea of paper money back to Europe with him. paper money wouldn't see widespread adoption in the West until mid-1600s, when banks started issuing notes that promised to pay bearers on demand a sum of gold. Merchants found it much simpler just to trade the notes with each other, rather than lugging around large amounts of unwieldy metals. During the American Civil War, both sides issued huge amounts of government-backed paper currency to fund the war, as they weren't enough gold. Union currency became known as greenbacks. The green ink on the reverse side is a color we still associate with money. Fast forward to 1946, the world's first charge card, named simply Charge It, was introduced. It was limited compared to modern credit cards, but proves such a useful concept that it led to the creation of Bank AmeriCard, now known as Visa, and MasterCard. With the introduction of ATM and cash machines in the 1980s, money had finally entered the digital age, and now everyone need to carry around a debit card along with their PIN number, and they could access their money anywhere that had one of these machines. Then came the rapid growth of adoption of the World Wide Web. Electronic money services had emerged, giving customers an alternative to traditional cash. Coupled with innovative technologies such as chips and pins, people around the world now enjoy making contactless payment at their favorite stores. It's now more clear than ever that our reliance on physical cash is on a steep decline. Convenience and security is what will pave the way forward for how business and customers transact in years to come. The phenomenon is coming to the Belize market. Digital wallet, a powerful option to physical wallets. Digital wallet can be very handy, as they can get rid of carrying cash everywhere. Digital wallet proves to be safe, easy, and immediate way for customers to pay online, and further minimize the hassle related to cash transaction or waiting in line for long periods of time. The digital wallet is developed to increase customer safety and convenience significantly. So what does the future hold? The future is now, and it's powered by eCash. Love is a connection that should last forever. This February, NextGen is sharing the love with amazing promo deals for everyone. Reconnect or install with NextGen for free. Sign up for our affordable cable and high-speed internet plans and get 1 month free on your acquired service. But that's not all. New and reconnecting customers can now receive 1 month free MyTV subscription when you sign up with us anytime in February. Some restrictions apply. For more information on our promotions and services, contact us at 0800-222-5388 or via our social media platforms. NextGen, powered by Central TV and Internet.
And we're back. And if you're joining us right now, we are just getting our third conversation for this morning started. And we are talking all about the Youth Ambassadors Program. And they are looking for applicants to the program. And here to tell us all about what the program involves, we've got Adam Benz, who is the Public Affairs Officer from the Embassy of the United States. We also have Fabian Green, who has been who is a participant of the Youth Ambassadors Program. And we also got Jamal Swaso, who is a previous member of the program. So good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
All right. And,
good morning.
Yep. Thanks for joining us. Now, why don't we just jump right into it? And Adam, perhaps you can tell our viewers a bit about what the program is all about for those of us who don't who are unfamiliar with it.
Yes, thanks so much for inviting us this morning. I have to say this is one of my favorite exchanges every year that I get to promote, because this is the one that's made to help Belizean youth who have talent, who have ability, who have leadership potential, by helping connect them with communities in the United States to engage in leadership programs. It's the program is either going to be in person, which is the goal, it's been in past years, and which is a 2-week program to the United States, where they have a lot of opportunities to gain leadership skills, to meet with other people from other groups that are traveling from across the Western Hemisphere, to meet with American families, and to come back and be able to apply some of those skills to a community project of their own. And we're looking for young people in Belize, ages 50 to 18, who are citizens and residents of Belize, who have limited international experience. And that's very important because we're looking for people who might not otherwise have had the opportunity to travel to the United States. Once they apply through the program, they're going to have an opportunity to get a visa to travel with this community. It's a life-changing experience, I can say, for those who have participated. And recently, we've also had a 6-week virtual program, which we've had in place as well during COVID. That was a reaction to that. We don't know at this time whether we'll be doing in-person or virtual. We are monitoring it. Ultimately, the decision is going to be based on what's safest for the young people. But for anyone interested, go to youthambassadorprogram.org or the U.S. Embassy Belize website at bz.usembassy.gov. And the application deadline is noon on February 19th, and we really hope you'll apply.
So let's dive into the details here. You say you're looking for youth ambassadors, but what's the criteria? How do you prove the leadership skills that you do have to be classified as a youth ambassador?
That's a really great question. I think the point that we want to emphasize is that we're looking for people who show leadership potential, and that's something that they can step in application. So people who have interacted with their communities in different ways, people who have worked with others, people who are passionate about becoming leaders themselves. The potential part's the key issue. We're looking to develop leadership skills. We're not requiring you to have won the Nobel Peace Prize to apply. And we do really think
so you don't have to be student council president and head of XYZ clubs. You just
no, we've had people. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
any background, if you're passionate, you do have to be a Belizean citizen and resident, and you have to be ages 15 to 18, and you have to have at least one more semester of high school left to be qualified for the program. But beyond that, it's really your chance to kind of say why you think that this would be helpful for you and why it would benefit you. And again, it's a great program, and we are looking for people who have not traveled the United States. So don't think, oh, I don't know much about America. That's the point.
So why don't we hear briefly about some of the participants? Let's start with Fabian. How did you hear about the program, and what made you decide to apply?
Well, I didn't know. Well, before the program, I know some participants who had participated in the program before. Not even in my dreams, I thought I didn't think I would have got accepted to the program. So a day I was in class, and one of my teachers, my science teacher, she told me they have a program out, and I vision you getting accepted to this program and entering this program. So I said, which program is that, miss? And she said, the Youth Ambassador Program. I replied to her and I said, me, miss? I don't think I can get accepted into this. So she sent me a link to apply for it, and it was like 2 weeks before the deadline. And I applied for the program. I stayed back late at school in the evening, writing my essay, making a video, speaking in English, and then it was just like a dream come true, getting accepted to the program, because it was something I didn't think I got accepted into.
Yeah. So, you got to tell us the teacher's name. This is exactly why teachers are so amazing. They help to push you into the right direction.
Yes, I had multiple teachers who helped me sign up for the application. I had Miss Swift, my life skills teacher, my science teacher, Miss Ayuso, and one of my teachers that I go to who don't teach me, Miss Sharon Martinez.
Yeah. Where are you? You're in Dangrega?
Belmopan.
Belmopan, I'm sorry. And what school is that?
Belmopan Comprehensive School.
Well, kudos to them. What about your participation in school? Did they identify as why you would be a great fit for this program?
Well, the school give everyone opportunity to apply. Mm-hmm. But then I think it was the different things that I signed up for and that I was involved in let me fit the qualifications of the application.
Yeah. And so you thought you'd never be accepted, and look at you now. So what was the experience like for you?
Well, it was life-changing, and one of my favorite experience was when we went to the food bank in Denver, Colorado, because we in Belize have mindset that everyone is rich in America, but then we went to this food bank and it showed us that how like it is just different how people live, and then the food bank it was just life changing. I don't even know how to explain it.
So, well, I want you to explain just a bit more. So you got accepted, and then what was the process? Because you actually traveled to several different places in the United States, and they're helping you to build your leadership skill while exposing you as well. So walk us through that journey.
So first, I'd like to thank the U.S. Embassy and the Love Foundation with Miss Deborah, Miss Rivera, and Miss Sharp. We had several workshops where they taught us about our leadership, so how we can portray better leadership and professionalism when you reach across there. And then the Love Foundation staff was with us nearly throughout everything up to departure, and when we arrived back, they went in with us for a visa or passports and everything. And then when we arrived, we got a host. We meet with the group. We meet with other groups from El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, and we then split up. And when we split, half of the group went to Denver, Colorado, and half went to Pensacola. And we stayed that group for 2 weeks in Denver. We met host families. We went to different schools, and it was just something different and something we went to. We did a lot of leadership workshops.
And what was it like meeting other young people? Did you feel a sense of commonality, things you had in common?
Yes,
Tell me about that.
Well, everyone that went have visions for their countries because they want to see their country prosper in the future, and everyone want to make change. Everyone most of the persons from Honduras and those other countries, they were focusing on having a cleaner community, having community without corruption and things like that.
All right.
And Jamal, why don't you share your story and tell us a bit about the beginning of how you got involved in the program as well.
I was selected as the youth ambassador's mentor, so I went as an adult mentor, and my process was similar to the original application process that Fabian mentioned. We went through the entire process of applying to the youth ambassadors link. We applied, and then it was a lengthy process, but it was worthwhile because you went through that process, and then you said probably you won't make it, like you have self-doubts because you believe that it's a very competitive process. You get shortlisted, you go to an interview panel, they interview you based on your capacity and competence, and then you from there you proceed, and once you're selected, the road is clear from there. As an adult mentor, I had the responsibility of ensuring that the ambassadors from Belize were prepared with Love Foundation, were prepared for their travel to the United States in terms of what will be presented, how would we engage, and everything. But when we arrived in the States, this was the first time I got the opportunity to travel to the States through this program. So when I went to the States, we met with representatives from Georgetown University, who then divided us amongst groups. So I stayed with a mixture of students from Honduras, El Salvador, Panama, and also from Belize. Those are the kids that I was supposed to be the mentor for. So we went to different universities. We went specifically to Idaho University and the university in Virginia, another university in Virginia that I'm not quite remembering at this time. But we went to all of those universities, and then we learned different capacities and we got certified. Like we came up with certificate, and we know how that is important in our context here in Belize, that you need to have that documentation.
Yeah. And so as a mentor, what was your responsibility other than being part chaperone on the trip itself?
Well, we participated in all the trainings that the youth ambassadors participate in, and also separate training for art to develop our leadership skills. So they would have breakaway sessions as well for the adult mentors, and also we engage in facilitating the implementation of a community project when we come back to Belize. So we had the training that the youth ambassador had, and we also had breakaway session for specific development for us as adult mentors as well.
And actually, that's a great point I wanted to add. You know, in addition to having young people apply for youth ambassadors, we wanted to say that we're also looking for mentors like Jamal as well. And for those, we're looking for adult Belizean citizens and residents who have experience working with young people in either a high school or community setting. And we're looking for also people who can be not just helping them on the trip, but when they get back, supporting them and their projects, because they all come up with their own projects. Often they're incredible. And so it's helping them implement them. Last year, they did a great project on cyberbullying, which I was really proud of. And I'd love to see what the people come up with this year as well.
And I'm sure that you get a lot of applicants. So what in your view makes a difference, and what makes an application really stand out, you know, in terms of what you're looking for?
Well, you see, I mean, even with the people here today, both Fabian and Jamal have incredible enthusiasm, they have passion, they have commitment, they want to make a difference in their communities. One of the things that we want this program to do is give people the chance to have the resources and the connections and the networks to be able to achieve their dream. And that's the part of the goal. When they go through this training for leadership and for how to make a difference and how to meet with other people from other communities and what other people are doing, the idea is that they'll bring that back home and share it with their own communities. And that's part of the reason why at the end of the program, people come up with their own project that they can do to help their communities. And every year it's something new, and every year it's something important. Cyberbullying is definitely something that's a real issue right now. And every year people will come, and this year the group will come back and say, this is the issue that we care about, and we're going to use some of the skills to apply it. And so that's what we're looking for, people who have that potential for leadership, for enthusiasm, and for making a difference.
And it's such a great opportunity. You know what, one of the things I think we heard you mention, Adam, and both Jamal and Fabian said the same, that for some people, they've had limited exposure to traveling to the United States. And this gives them the opportunity and actually makes them more eligible if they've never traveled or rarely traveled to the United States.
I agree. For a lot of people, it's been a life-changing opportunity because they've come back and they've been able to share what they've done, and it helps them with universities, it helps them with jobs, it helps them with when they come and say, I have a project that I want to do, they can say, hey, I've done this, I've achieved this. And so it gives people the chance to show what they have to offer. And I think that's why it's important. And again, that's also why we really want people from every community there. We really would love people to apply from every district in Belize, from the cities, from the rural areas, from everywhere, because this is something where if you have a passion, we want you to be able to be someone who can think of yourself as a youth ambassador, basically, or Belize.
Or a mentor.
Or a mentor.
Yeah. Now, when you talk about the selection, are there guaranteed spots for Belize, or are the ones chosen here then have to compete for a space with others in the region?
There are guaranteed spots, and there will be and we're usually talking in around the 10 applicants. I think, how many was it your year, Jamal?
It was 11 of us, including myself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
but
a
around
lot.
10 and then usually mentor. Yeah, it's a lot, actually. And but the idea is that we've really worked to make sure that we have that many spots, because we do want to make sure that it's a diverse group from every region of the country. And we really make an effort that we want people who are applying from every background, from every walk of life, who basically share this passion. So that's been our goal, and I'm really been happy about how it's played out. I think for me, as I say, we all do different things. This is one of the ones that at the end of the day, I'm most proud of, because I feel like I can see the difference that makes in people's lives, and I'm really proud to be part of this.
And the criteria is just 15 to 18, have leadership potential. And this is where teachers can definitely help. Fabian, I appreciate what you said, that your teacher was the one who pointed out that you should go for it and you should apply. Because I'm sure some young people sit there and think they don't know the potential they have, and they may just doubt that they even stand a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Fabian, based on your experience, what sort of advice or would you give to anybody who's probably maybe watching right now or who's heard about the program and is interested, based on your experience, and what can you share with them about what you've experienced, and tell them why they should apply if they're interested?
Well, first of all, I would like to tell them, don't let the application fool you, because it's long, and so at times you will like want to stop because you think it's a lengthy process and you don't think you will get selected. So I would just give them advice to continue and finish application forms, and once they once they're fit, I think everything will go good, and then after that they will go into an interview, and I would tell them just be themselves at the interview process. It's a life-changing experience. You will learn, you'll meet new people, you will try new things, and at the end of the day, you will become a better leader.
And Jamal, similar question. What are the benefits of the program, and why should people who are interested apply?
Well, for me, when I came back remotivated to do so many things. Like when I was there, it changed your view. Like it gives you a more global outlook on your perception of things that you might feel like the menial. Yeah, believes you might be like, oh, that's not nothing. But when you go that side, like the attention to details, and then to show that you could globalize your thought and globalize your approach to things. It allow you to take training and then you implement it. So it was very much important to me to see how people are operating in a global setting, and it opens your mind to things that you might not be able to see here in Belize or have opportunity to even engage with. Then also, for the people who are applying, I say like continue to apply. It is every application probably, win every time or you get accepted. Not everybody can get accepted, but the opportunity is there. You will do it and you'll feel good about yourself that you did something and you made an attempt at something. When you get accepted, you feel more motivated about whatever dream you had, and that you will be able to see your other peers or be with other peers from the region to motivate you to do better. Yeah. I believe that's a benefit of the Youth Ambassadors program.
And as you say that, I'm interested to know a bit more about both you and Fabian's, based on your participation in the program. What are some of the areas that you want to potentially become involved with, looking towards Belize's future, and potential leadership roles, and the program surely, as you said, motivated and revitalized some passion in you. So what areas are both of you interested in, and where do you want to get involved in the future?
Well, when I was there, I had my interest in diplomacy got spiked because I like that, and also my interest in community, social enterprise, to develop a social enterprise, like what they taught us at the University of Idaho. The training was to develop a social enterprise. So to facilitate the development of social enterprise, that's one of my dreams that I saw how it works and how to develop it. And so when I was taught that, I believe that it could be fit well within my community and within Belize. So I thought that it was a need of Dangriga. So that's it. That's effort that it revitalized me to activate a social enterprise.
Nice. Great. And Fabian?
One of the main thing that I was very proud is sustainable development, because I went to the University of Denver, and they are building buildings from waste. For example, they compact like cardboard box and bottles together, and they create something similar to cement, and they're building their buildings out of that. And I think we can try to adapt that here in Belize, become more eco-friendly. And I think that's something I would like to see in the future in Belize, sustainable development.
All right, so some great experiences to share there. And Adam, tell us what the deadline is once again, and how people get the information to apply.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you. So again, the deadline is going to be February 19th at noon Eastern time. So we always encourage you, please, please, please send it earlier than that. Like send it the day before, first thing in the morning, because they're very strict. And it's a long application, but you can find out lots of information on the U.S. Embassy website. As you see right here, also Youth Ambassador Program, oneword.org. You can email that address, BelizeYAP@gmail.com. But you can also find this flyer on the U.S. Embassy website. If you go to bz.usembassy.gov, you can download this and contact them directly. We really want you to apply, so we're trying to put out as many places as possible. Also social media as well.
Well, thank you all for coming on and telling us all about it. And we do hope that you have another group of exceptional young people and mentors in grooming that will participate in this upcoming Youth Ambassador Program.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you all too, and stay safe.
Yes.
And with that, we're going to take a final break, and when we come back, we're going to have our wrap-up, so please stay tuned.
Hola, Tony.
Hey, Kevin, ¿qué onda? ¿Qué pasa?
Nada, le vine a buscar porque necesito comprar más mercancías de vasos y platos desechables para mi tienda de comestible. Me estoy quedando sin esas cosas.
No, hombre, fíjate que desde el 15 de abril no puedo importar nada de eso. Y se me acaba de terminar todo lo que tenía hace como 3 semanas.
Oye, pero nunca has estado sin esas cosas. ¿Qué está pasando?
Mira esto. Esta es la nueva ley que prohíbe todo el uso de plásticos no reutilizables. Esos son vasos, platos, cucharas, tenedores, todo eso. Desde 15 de abril de este año no he podido importar nada de eso. A partir del 15 de enero del 2021 nadie puede fabricarlo. 15 de abril 2021 nadie lo puede vender. Y a partir del 14 de julio del 2021 si alguien te agarra con eso, te multan.
Híjole, no sabía eso. Necesito cambiar algunas cosas. Les diré a mis clientes por qué esas cosas ya no están disponibles. Gracias, Antonio.
Así es, cuídate, man.
It's a fact that you can access unlimited services with Smart. Tired of being measured or cut off when you need to be connected? It's a fact that when you sign up for Smart's Plus plan, you get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data. And it's a fact that you can sign up with your group of up to 5 members for Smart's Share plans and up to 40 members for Smart's Enterprise plans for unlimited talk, text, and data. Smart has the true unlimited plans. That's a fact. Be smart and live smart.
Abigail.
Yes, Gran?
Abigail, I can't breathe well.
Granny, we need to go to the hospital to get you checked out.
No! I'm fine.
Yes, Gran, we need to go now to get you treated. Now, before it's too late.
No, 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 no.
Grandma, we need to go for all of us.
No, no, no.
Stop.
If you are having flu-like symptoms, please call us immediately for medical guidance. If you have chronic conditions such as diabetes, and you're experiencing symptoms such as shortness of breath or chest pain, please also seek medical attention immediately. We've lost a lot of people this year. We don't want to lose you too. Please seek help if necessary. Call us at 0800-664-2273. Continue to wear your mask at all times. Keep physical distance when in public and stay at home unless absolutely necessary. This message has been brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Yep. And we're just getting our show wrapped up now after having some pretty interesting conversations.
Yeah.
Today was the first day of our Meet the Mayoral Candidates segments. Of course, we'll be following up with each municipality leading up into the municipal elections next month. And this morning we heard the two mayoral candidates from Corozal Town, from both of the major political parties. So we want to thank them for coming in this morning, telling us about them and a bit of their vision for Corozal.
All right. And of course, this will continue as we prepare for municipal elections on March 3rd. So you'll be seeing the mayoral candidates from your municipality in the next few weeks, so please be on the lookout for that. We also want to thank the representatives from the U.S. Embassy, Adam from the U.S. Embassy, as well as Fabian and Jamal, both participants of the Youth Ambassadors Program, one as a youth ambassador and one as a mentor. The application period is open. If you want to apply for being a youth ambassador, or if you want to apply to travel along as a mentor for the group, both undergo training, and it seems to be a very beneficial experience for all of them. I really do urge parents and teachers who know that they have young teenagers between the ages of 15 and 18 who meet the criteria, who have that potential. Maybe they're not, doing as much as you think they should be doing, but you know they have that potential. Encourage them to apply and to have this one-of-a-kind experience.
No, absolutely. So the deadline for applications is the 19th of February, so you definitely want to get those in before then. And of course, you can visit the U.S. Embassy's website for more information if you are interested to apply.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Remember, if you want to contact us, send us an email at oye@channel5belize.com. You can also drop me a line at marlene_oye@channel5belize.com. Find us on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ.
And also on Instagram at OIEBelize.
And remember to tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 when you open your eyes.
Start your morning right.
Until then, keep your eyes, your mind,
and your heart open.
We'll see you soon. Enjoy your day, please.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.